Hey everyone, PTL here. And so I am on a big adventure to fulfill the May 2025 Stealth Camping Alliance Challenge to do your stealth camp and hike a mile. And so I'm doing something really challenging, or planning on it. I am in the middle of my drive, coming from the shore in Connecticut, through Massachusetts, up into New Hampshire. And then I'm gonna cut over to the Maine line. There's a spot on the Appalachian Trail called Mahoosuc Notch. It's a 1 mile part of the trail. It's considered the hardest mile on the Appalachian Trail. And that's my plan, is to get up in there and do it. So I'm still heading north. I've probably got another, 2.5 hours to go. A 6-hour drive, 5.5, 6-hour drive. And we'll see if I get there before dark, and then if I can even get in. Still driving. All right, so I'm going over a bridge. I believe this is the Connecticut River.
Welcome to New Hampshire.
From Vermont into New Hampshire. And I'll be now heading through the mountains of New Hampshire. Clouds are beautiful up ahead. It's been raining on and off my whole drive up so far. I still got about an hour and 45 minutes to go. The 6-hour trip. It's over 6 hours with stops now. All right, everybody. I made it to Speck Pond Road. And I am heading up. I still got about 9.5 miles to go on this dirt road. Again, there could be washouts anywhere along it. It's had some potholes, not too bad so far. So it's an adventure. I'm expected to get up there, if I make it, by around 6:30 tonight. We'll see if the road goes all the way. All right, everyone. I actually drove up the dirt road, and before I got to my destination, I was able to find a turnoff to the Notch Trail. And I'm able to park right at the base of the Notch Trail. So I'm changing my plans. I'm gonna go to the Notch Trail head and park there, camp in my car overnight. And then tomorrow I'll have a 2.2 mile hike up to the Notch. Hopefully be able to get in and do the mile Notch, Mahoosuc Notch section. I'll have to come back it, so I'll do it twice. And then the 2.2 back to my car. I actually just drove an extra 9 miles on this dirt road so that I could get a cell signal to let my wife know where I'd be, because I changed my plans. But heading back up to the Notch Trail. I'm gonna camp in the car overnight up in the White Mountains. Praise the Lord. So I am in the middle of nowhere, 10 miles up a dirt road, Speck Pond Road, and then this little half mile in on this smaller dirt road to a trailhead. And that's going to be my stealth spot for the night. There shouldn't be anybody else in this area at all this time of year. Bad weather, middle of the week. So I'll show you my camp spot when I get there. All right, everybody, I'm under the hatch of the car. This is my camp spot. It just came up that road. Gonna sleep in my bag in the back of the car tonight. And again, I am miles away from anywhere. Trailhead is right up here. It's a cool night. It's gonna go down into the high 30s, low 40s tonight. But I am gonna hike starting up here tomorrow, the Notch Trail. 2.2 miles to get to the Notch, Mahoosuc Notch. And then we'll take it from there and see tomorrow if there's too much snow and ice up in the Notch for me to go through. But I'm hoping to do that hardest mile on the AT tomorrow for the May 2025 Stealth Camping Alliance Challenge. All right, everybody, I'm going to have my dinner. It's going to be some cold chili. Got my wife sent along for me. Thank you, Sue. But it looks good with some cheese topping on it. Just sitting in the front of the car, passing the time, having a nice dinner. Looking forward to a nice hike tomorrow. I know the hike is a mile challenge, I estimate. It's 2.2 miles to the notch. If I can get through the notch, and the snow's not too bad. I did bring micro spikes, but that's a mile. So to be a mile in, a mile back, 2.2 back. So probably about 6.4 miles total round trip back to my car. My original plan was either a 9-mile loop or a 2-day 16 miles. So it would have probably been 7 miles in and then 9 miles out. But this is much better option. The weather's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to rain all night. Tomorrow, rain showers on and off. Actually, starting around 5 o'clock tomorrow, the Mahoosuc Arm and Mahoosuc Notch are supposed to get 0.8 to 2.2 inches of snow. So if I did the 2-day, I would have been in there while it was, or right after it was snowing. So I'm glad I'm not doing that. See how it goes, though. And you're going to enjoy some chili. Nothing exciting to drink, just some seltzer water. Draft hat. Just seltzer, but cheers. Everything tastes good when you're camping. What I'm calling chili is really good. Thank you, Sue. It's looks like ground beef. There's peppers in there. I think some onions, some sauce, cheese on top. Oh, it's good. There's a little bit of sunshine poking through as the sun goes down off to my southwest. Really nice spot, though. I got this whole area to myself. All right, on my drive up, I listened to a good Bible message, and it was about 13 powerful things in John 3:16, probably the most powerful Bible verse in the Bible. And so I won't share all 13, but John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." It's a great verse. And another verse that I was looking at tonight, and it fits right in with the theme of this hike a mile. It's Matthew 5:41, and it says, "And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain or two." And so I've compelled you all to do a mile. I'm going to at least do, I think, 2.2 tomorrow. It's 2.2. And so actually, if I make it to 2 and come back, that's going to be 4 miles at least. And then we'll see if I can get through the Mahoosuc Notch and do 2 miles up and back in the Mahoosuc Notch as well. And if you're ever in my neck of the woods, I'd be glad to hike a mile or 2 with you as well. Just had somebody come out from Ohio to do a section hike on the Appalachian Trail, and Sue and I were privileged to go out and hike with her. Actually, 9 miles the first day, and then a couple miles back to our car the next day. All right, everyone. I am in my bag for the night. Hiker midnight. It's probably about 8:30, just getting dark up here in Maine. And so, still overcast. Hopefully in the morning it won't rain, and I'll be able to take you up the trail and through the Mahoosuc Notch, or at least to the Mahoosuc Notch. All right, so we'll see you in the morning. Have a great night. Praise the Lord, everyone. Just had my middle of the night get up. It's probably about 2 a.m. Had to take care of business and get a drink of water. So just thought I'd give you an update. I always wake up a lot at night. No different tonight. This time I get up. Usually I don't. It's still drizzly outside. A little breezy. If it doesn't change, it's going to be a cold, wet hike tomorrow. Today, actually. So I'll see you again in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. And I am going to get up. It's getting light, and make some coffee, and I'll get on the trail early. It's definitely an overcast day, but I'll be hiking up into the clouds. Not sure if I'll reach the clouds, but it's going to be a cool morning. All right, getting my stove together to make my coffee in the back of the SUV. And it's a chilly morning. I checked my phone. The thermometer's not working, so I don't have a temperature. Again, probably in the high 30s, low 40s maybe, Fahrenheit. The old pocket rocket. I use Mount Hagen coffee. I'm going to put 2 in. Instead of making 2 cups, I'll put 2 of them in one. Should be hot enough. Got a second one. So, since I'm not doing it overnight, I don't need the spork in my backpack to carry today. So I pulled it out of my backpack and put it in a box. Took out a bunch of my food and put it in the box to leave that all in the car. Boy, it's chilly just sitting here. My hands are getting cold. I do have gloves. I may take them along. I took those out, but I probably need them. Still a little hot. I think it's not too hot though. The metal. The only problem with an aluminum pot, which I use for my drinking cup, is the metal gets hot. So I got to let it cool a little before I can drink it. I got to get those lip things you put on to keep you from burning your lips. Oh, I always love a cup of coffee when I'm camping in the morning. It's very good. Oh, that's good. Simple breakfast. I'm going to have a blueberry bar, breakfast bar, and some blueberry Belvitas. Here's my morning mess. Stealth camping in the back of my SUV. I used my hiking pole for my tripod as I was sitting here. in this open field. It's a parking area. And then again, the trail is right up there, and I'll be heading out shortly. All right, I'm departing my car and starting up the trail. Once again, I have 2.2 miles to get to the Mahoosuc Notch. And if I'm able to do the Mahoosuc Notch, that's exactly 1 mile. Not raining right now. You can feel the moisture in the air. Hopefully it'll hold off all day for me. Nice trail to start on. It's wet on the bottom. My feet are going to get wet today. I just have a pair of darn tough socks on. So they'll be wet. If I get in the snow, they'll be cold. I have sealskin socks, which are waterproof socks. So if I have to put those on, I can. They're a little thicker and will give me some warmth in the snow if I need it. I just have trail runners. They actually have holes on the sides. So I got on the trail this morning right about 6 a.m. Again, nice cool morning. I'm actually wearing my mitt gloves just to get a little warmth as I start. A slow, gradual climb for a little while. Climb will pick up the trail a bit as I go up into the notch. Interesting, I'm going up to a notch between two mountains. I'm sure I'll warm up pretty quick. I have a raincoat on right now, not because it's raining, but for an extra layer of warmth. I have my long sleeve polyester shirt that I usually wear when I'm hiking. I have a Patagonia hoodie. And then my light rain jacket. It's pretty right here. Two streams coming together. A nice little waterfall there. Nice one over here. And the two of them come together and run down the stream down there. Guys, what could be better than this? All that gibberish with the drive up is nothing compared to right now getting out on the trail. I'm already starting to huff and puff, but I love it. It's an overcast day. It's gonna be wet, but I'm on a trail in the White Mountains, walking alongside a gorgeous stream. I love the sound of the water running next to me. I've said it before, this is my happy place. Trail is wet in spots. I don't care. I'm on the trail. I'm outdoors and I'm moving. Awesome. Praise the Lord. All right, as I go up the trail, something I'm not surprised to see. Moose turds. I've seen plenty of moose between New Hampshire and Maine, and also out west when we've done some traveling out west. But they're here and on this trail. There's trillium I've noticed. There's other flowers. I'm not sure what this small tree is, but got pretty flowers on it. Just too many beautiful spots as I'm going up the trail. Gorgeous. Just too beautiful to pass up. Uh-oh, the trail's over there. I gotta get across. And I don't see a good spot. I'm gonna have to take my shoes off. Maybe there. I'll let you know when I get to the other side. All right, everyone, I had to take my shoes off. I'm not gonna film the whole thing, but going in, it's cold. Gotta go over there. All right, I made it across. I went across right there, went up on those rocks, and then through there. So as I was going through the river, I met a section hiker, Glumos. And Glumos was coming all the way from Shenandoah down south, doing a long section. He said he's had enough of the wet. So he's stopping here, heading out, and then he's going to come back in September and hike from here up to Maine. Going across these logs, they're very slippery. Got to go slow. Hey, Yost and Bune. That was a legit campsite last night. Again, I'm miles from anywhere. It's at least 10 miles up the main dirt road. And then I turned up a side road that I didn't even know existed. I was planning on going another 1.5 miles up the dirt road and parking, but I saw a trailhead sign with a little dirt road. Drove up that and I was able to get right to the trailhead here. So I had a legit stealth site last night. Comfortable spot in my car. It rained all night. You can see the trail's very wet. And I am far away from people. Except for a section hiker that came through. Surprised. Being this far north. Actually, the Sobos who start in Maine, they usually don't start until probably mid-June or so, just because right now is black fly season. That's a blessing of the cold weather today. There's no mosquitoes or black flies. I expected to be swarmed by the black flies, and so this cold weather is a blessing in disguise. No black flies and no mosquitoes. Praise the Lord. And more of that. Been seeing a lot of moose turds. Maybe I'll see a moose. That would be awesome. I have another stream to cross. It's wet. I'm going to try to go over the rocks with my shoes on. Hopefully I don't fall in. Just came from back there. Now I'm heading up there. Isn't that a pretty water slide? Right next to the trail. Getting up into the alpine, a lot of the softwood forest. Pretty streams everywhere, but the trail is not quite as easy. Still not too bad, but that nice flat smooth trail I was on is turning into a lot of roots, some rocks, a lot of wet. Easily can pick your way through it. Notice, these are the same Salomon shoes, those colorful ones I showed you in a prior post. Same shoe, just a different color. A wandering monk. I'm seeing a lot of moose sign, especially in this area. I am on the moose watch. I'd rather you see one because I've seen plenty, but I'm on the moose watch. Here's some more as I speak. It's a perfect area for them. There's a stream, a lot of vegetation for them to eat. Just came from back there. Found some more boards, going to buy a little stream. Alright, just came from back there, heading up here. You can see the trail has changed. There's rocks, there's water, it's wet. I'm hoping the notch is not that wet. There's big boulders in the notch, so hopefully the water goes down underneath and is not a river. I'm not going to go through if it's a river or if the snow is punky and I am post-holing. But I found some signs and I'm hoping this is the Appalachian Trail. That's the Notch Trail. It's a 2.2 back to the car according to the signs. Far out says 1.8. I'll go with the signs. On the Appalachian Trail, and I am heading this way. I believe right here is the beginning of the notch, and I see snow already, so let's see what we can do. So I just came from back there, and I'm going through. I am post-holing some. About 3 times already I've gone full leg down in. This stuff is deep. I'm going to keep plugging along, see what I can do. Just came from back there. You can see I'm in the valley between 2 ridges. Going right through the middle of it. Boy, this is tough. Slowly pick my way through. So this is what it's like going through here. Big boulders. There's little big caves going way down underneath, so if you hit snow and there's a cave under it, you could go through, so I got to be careful. This is what I'm looking at. Working my way down the notch. Hardest mile on the AT. Just came from back there, going up through the rocks here. Just came from over there and under there, going through the snow and the rocks. Here's a spot in the notch. You can see the white arrow over there pointing under the rocks, so the trail goes under. I'll be going through there. There's another one that's very low. You got to crawl under it. We'll see what happens when I get there, if there's snow and ice. All right, made it down to the arrow. It was a tough climb coming down through the rocks over there. Going underneath. Double arrow here. I guess you got to go that way. Very slow in the Mahoosuc Notch, and it makes it even slower with rain. So the rocks are wet and the roots are wet, and snow and ice. I think I'm going that way. All right, I just crawled through that little spot. Continuing on this way. Ooh, I gotta get down there somehow. Maybe it's easier over there. All right, here's one of the crawl spots. Markers right here, going under there. This one's not too bad. I think I can just squat and get through that one. Kasia, your tip is helping me so much. I got this cover from my fuel, the cap, putting it on my DJI, and it's working great. think it's because I'm at a lower elevation. It's only a few hundred feet drop in the notch, but the snow has disappeared. It's been just a rocky walk for the last tenth of a mile. But getting close to the end, probably about 0.1, 0.2 to finish the hardest mile on the AT. All right. Then I got to decide, do I want to do a long hike over the Mahoosuc Arm or turn around and come back this way? Just came from back there and got another tunnel. There's the white markers, arrows under there. So I got to climb under again. This is looking back to what I just came out of, where those two arrows were. And I am heading this way. Should be getting close to the end of the hardest mile. Tired, my legs they're tired, they've been working. Just came from back there and I was afraid of this. The trail turns into a pond. I'm gonna see if I can skirt around it. I got 0.1 to go. All right, I'm officially through the hardest mile on the Appalachian Trail. That was tough. And now I have a big choice. Either I go back through that hard mile or continue up Mahoosuc Arm into the wind. It's very windy today, so it's going to be wet and cold up there and windy. And it's a lot longer. I don't know, my legs are ready to stretch and move rather than go back. So I'm going to sit here, have a snack, and consider it. It's probably about 9:30 a.m. and we'll think about what I want to do. Just came from back there, heading up there. Made a decision to go back through the notch, so doing the hardest mile a second time. The winds are really heavy up there, it's raining, so I decided to not go up the mountain into the winds, which means I got to do the hardest mile twice. All right, here I go. Just came from back there. As I'm heading through, noticing the cliffs around me. Still very windy. Much windier up there than it is in here though. Doing good, making my way slowly back up. All right, I made it back to the turnoff where I started here. And I am gonna head back this way. Down the Notch Trail. Heading this way, I won't film anymore on the way down, but almost back. Through the hardest mile on the AT twice. That was tough. All right, everybody, I'm back to the stream crossing. I'm not taking the shoes off this time. I'm already wet, so I'm just gonna go through. But I won't film the whole thing. I'm afraid it's really slippery. I'm afraid I'll fall. All right, I better use my poles. Heading across. All right, everyone, I'm getting close to the car. I gotta say, my legs are sore. I'm gonna feel it for a couple days. Not in the greatest shape, and my little chicken legs put in a good day's hike. I'm cold, I'm wet. I'm looking forward to getting to the car, getting some dry clothes on, dry socks, maybe even putting the heat of the car on. And oh, I see the road, I'm there. And then getting a nice hot cup of coffee on the ride home. Got my coffee, I'm in my car. I've got a long 6-hour drive home with stops. It'll be more than that. I may take North Pond Road just to see if I can get through, and if that doesn't work, it'll create some extra time. But look at that. Back to the entry, and there's the blueberry car. Oh man, that was good. I'd also like to say once again, thank you to those who started the Stealth Camping Alliance, for those who keep it going. I know I was the one that gave the hike a mile, but I had no idea I would be coming out to New Hampshire and Maine and camping in my car by the Notch Trail and going through the hardest mile, the Mahoosuc Notch, twice in one trip on a lousy day. It was wet, it was cold, the wind was blowing, and there was a lot of snow in there still. But I made it. All right, everyone, I am back to my car. The heat's on, I'm warming up, and I'm getting ready to do a long drive. There was a section hiker I passed early in the hike today. He went up North Pond Road, so I'm gonna head up North Pond Road to see if I can catch him before he gets out to the main road. It's probably in excess of 10 miles. He may be done already, and I also am curious if I could get through that way. That was a second option, coming in that way. So I'll head as far as I can. If it's washed out, I'll come back to Success Pond Road. It was a very good hike. Again, I'm so glad I came up and did it. Didn't think I was going to be able to get through when I headed up. I heard that the notch can be tough to get through even until early June, and so it was tough. I got some scrapes and bruises on my shins. Got some muscle cramps going on, but actually my stomach muscle just cramped up as I was changing into warm clothes. But it's all part of it. Got to get in better shape, but I'm getting old. All right, everyone. Another successful Stealth Camping Alliance challenge done. Praise the Lord.